Finding derivative using the limit definition. So how to find the derivative using the limit definition? So we have our formula. We have f prime of x is equals to the limit as h approaches to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So yan yung gagamitin natin na formula para makuha yung derivative ng isang function. So let's say for example, number 1, find the derivative of f of x is equals to x. So first, susulat muna natin yung formula natin, which is f prime of x is equals to the limit as h approaches to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So, since ang f of x natin ay x, papalitan mo lang yung x ng x plus h dito sa ating function of x plus h. So, we have now the limit as h approaches 0. So, papalitan mo yung f of x plus h. Yung x mo dito, dadagdagan mo ng plus h. So, we have x plus h minus yung f of x natin. Nani? Nani? Omae wa mou shinda. Which is just x over h. So, we can now solve. So, we have the limit as h approaches 0. Just distribute negative sign. So we have now x plus h minus x over h. So therefore, we have now the limit as h approaches 0 minus x is just h over h. So the derivative of x is just 1. So number 2, find the derivative of f of x is equals to x squared. So una, syempre, again, sulat mo ulit yung formula. So, kasi makakalimutin ka na. So, we have f prime of x is equals to the limit as h approaches to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So, dito is yung x natin, naka-square na siya. So, ang papalitan mo ulit dito yung x ng x plus h, then, huwag mong kakalimutan yung exponent natin na 2. Kasi ikaw, makakalimutin ka na ulit.
Oh, hi! Wait a minute! Who are you?
Tulad ng x mo. So, let's now solve. We have the limit as h approaches to 0. So, yung f of x plus h natin, yung f of x which is x squared. So, palitan mo x ng x plus h, then squared minus the f of x which is x squared all over h. Next, we have the limit of h approaches to 0. So x plus h squared is just simply x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared all over h. So we can cancel x squared. So yeah, puburahin mo lang. So ang natira natin ay the limit of h as it approaches to 0. So, ang natira na lang ay 2xh plus h squared all over h. So, we can factor out h in our numerator. So, mangyayari, lalabas natin yung h. So, we have h times 2x na lang. Tama? Plus, so, tanggalin natin yung isang h squared. Ang delta ay isa na lang. So, all over h. So, we have now the limit of h approaches 0. Cancel ulit yan yung h natin. Okay? So, natira is 2x plus h. Since yung h is approaches 0, we can substitute 0 to our h. So, therefore, we have 2x plus 0 is just 2x. So, number 3, find the derivative of f of x is equals to 1 all over x. So, let's find the derivative of f of x is equals to 1 all over x. So, medyo mahirap na yan pag nakakita ka ng fraction. Lahat naman sa'yo mahirap. So, para hindi ka mahirapan, sulat mo muna yung formula. So, f prime of x is equals to the limit as h approaches to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So again, we have fraction here. So yung f of x plus h natin, again, papalitan mo yung x ng x plus h. So we have the limit as h approaches 0 of, so 1 all over x plus h minus our f of x, which is 1 over x all over h. Okay? So, paano na? Nakakita ka na ng fraction eh. Nahirapan ka na. Okay? Let's solve. We have the limit as h approaches 0. So, the LCD of x plus h and x is just x plus h times x. So, we will multiply x plus h times x yung buong numerator natin. Okay? Kasi yun yung LCD niya. So, 1 all over x plus h minus 1 over x. So, multiply natin ng LCD, yung buong ano natin, by x plus h times x all over h. Okay? Now, so, the limit of h as h approaches 0. So, dito, cancel lang yung pareha. So, x plus h times x divided by x plus h. So, we have x times 1 is just x. Okay? Minus. So, x plus h times x divided by x. Cancel mo lang x. So, x plus h times 1 is just x plus h. Okay? All over x plus h times x over h ulit. So, we have the limit as h approaches 0. So, substitute. Distribute mo yung negative sign. So, we have positive x minus h all over x plus h times x over h. Okay, so cancel mo lang x. So we have negative h all over x plus h times x. Okay, the limit as h approaches 0. Okay, next, the limit as h approaches 0. Okay, we have negative h as all ano daw? Negative h over x plus h times x. So by get the reciprocal of h. So we have 1 over h. Okay, we have negative h all over, just multiply. So, times x. So, burahin natin muna yan. Sulat natin yung limit as h approaches 0. So, we can cancel negative h. So, we have as h approaches 0. So, negative h divided by h is negative 1 all over, so, anong natira? X plus h times x. Okay? So, pag sinubstitute naman natin yung h ng, sinubstitute natin yung h ng 0, or sinubstitute natin yung 0 sa h natin. Hindi naman magiging 0 yung denominator, so pwede na. So, we have negative 1 all over x plus 0 times x. Okay? So, we have negative 1 all over, so just multiply x. So, therefore, the derivative of 1 over x is just negative 1 over x squared. So that will be our final answer. Okay.